Welcome to the AI ERP and Power Platform community. Today we have another Ask Me Anything session with a great resource, a Microsoft MVP specialist in finance and accounting, Natalia Salas. Welcome.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very happy of being here. I'm very nervous too. It's my first. So, well, happy to be here, and let's try if I can answer all the questions.
Absolutely. Well, no need to be nervous. We'll try to be nice. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. I know it's after hours. Maybe to start off, for those who are new to the community or new to you, why don't you start off with a quick introduction about yourself?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be quick. I speak a lot, so I will do my best. I'm Natalia. I'm Nati, most known as Nati Salas. I'm a financial consultant. I have been working in consultancy for, I think, almost 15 years, 12, 13. I'm Argentinian, so I'm going to be drinking mate. It's my time for the mate. And I started there with AX 2012 for almost 5 years. I have been working always as financial. I never left my accounting, my numbers. But well, I have been working in projects in Argentina and then traveling along Latin America, working with consultants and people from all Latin America. I think that Ecuador, Guatemala, Peru, Bolivia, Uruguay. So it was very fun. It was a good moment, a good time in my life. And after 5 years, I moved to Madrid. I'm here. I'm still here. And well, I kept on working with, well, now in the cloud with Dynamics 365. So very happy. And I was recognized as MVP, I think 2 years ago. So I'm quite new in the program, but well, here I am. I'm still here.
Absolutely, well deserved. So you mentioned being an accountant and focusing on finance. When I look at the MVPs, the FNSC group or FNO group is already pretty small, I think, in comparison to some of the other MVP groups. Finance has to be even smaller as a specialist amongst us. Can you talk about that?
You are an MVP in supply chain with Mariano.
Yeah, my background is mostly supply chain and manufacturing.
Yes, and there are more than financials, I think. Yes, it was strange because I didn't expect it to be MVP. My idea of an MVP was like, I don't know, white middle-aged man, very successful CEO, COO. Yes. Then I started working. I had my own blog. I started my own blog like 4 or 5 years ago because I was in pandemic, I was bored. I was alone in another country. I had recently moved to Madrid. Yes, I started my travel, my journal there. I don't know, everything became natural for me. I started making friends in the community. I started traveling. I started being a speaker. It was very difficult for me being a speaker. I'm very shy, so I started with a group that it's called Women for Technical Talks. They are based in Spain, but now they are doing sessions along Latin America too. So they are a group of 5, 6 women that promote women to speak in conferences. And well, that was my first start. It was awful. It was horrible.
Was it in Spanish or English?
In Spanish, yes. Spanish, okay. But I think that the worst thing that you can think that can happen to you is to be blank in the middle of the session when I was blank at the beginning. I couldn't say my name. I was so scared, and it was only 3 or 4 people, no more than that. But when I finished, I was like, this is amazing. I love this adrenaline. I'm going to do this again. And I started sharing sessions and I started speaking in conference and traveling with that. And then I started promoting what I like and I enjoy, and I'm very focused on promoting women, diversity, LGBT, trans people, neurodiversity, all kind of religious and people in the community. Try to include everybody. So one day I was recognized, and here I am. All the community, FNO community, was super open and super nice with me. So, and we are like 4 or 5 financials. So we are a small
Not
group,
many.
but but very nice people. All the financials are very nice. We get along super easy.
That's a great, I think, kind of, I don't know if I want to call it like an encapsulation or something of your career, but there's a lot of questions I think I have based on your history and experience. I'll start, I guess, with Madrid. It's one of my favorite cities I've ever
Okay,
traveled
really?
to. I got to go there when I was living in the UK. I loved it. Is there
Yeah.
a vibrant or a large Microsoft or Dynamics community in Spain, specifically in Madrid?
Yes. Yes, there is a big community in Spain. I think in all Spain, Barcelona, there is people from the north, from well every part. Um, yes, it's a very very nice community, super kind. All the people I know is very kind. From FNO, we are I think 3 or 4.
Okay.
Most of the people are from data. There is a big community of data and well, Power Platform, and they are huge communities
Yeah.
everywhere. So yes.
Okay. And so you've started to, invest a lot in that community. You've given back. You mentioned some of the groups you've been a part of. What about Ola F&O and building that community? Before we started, you mentioned you have people in Latin America, you have people in Europe, balancing that. Can you talk about what it's like to build that community and some of the things you guys are doing to share knowledge and network across Microsoft?
Uh, it's not easy because my leader is not a super built community, so we are trying to do that with Mariana, especially for FNO. I think that for FNO, it's Mariano, Juan, Ana Inés, and me. And I don't want to forget
And Juan's
anybody,
in
but
Juan's in Europe, right? I believe he was recently moving. Mariano's in Chile,
Mariana is in Chile, Juan is in Switzerland,
Switzerland. Yeah.
Ana Inés is in Switzerland too. So we are outside Latin America. Only
Yeah.
Mariano is there. So, well, yes, we are trying to make connections. But something that I realized that while I was working in Latin America and traveling along Latin America, working with consultants, is that we had the same problems in the projects. They acknowledge. I I learned a lot of things working in Ecuador. I learned a lot of things working in Bolivia that my video consultants there didn't know a lot of things that I knew from Argentina. And when I moved to Spain, was the same. I knew a lot of things because of being working in Latin America. Um, not in Spain. So I always try to share what I learn with the people and trying to. I say with Mariana that we want to create a bridge between Spain and Latin America to share everything between the people. So I think that it can be super helpful for everybody, and people is very nice in Latin America. It's very kind, very friendly. We get. I remember being every time in Latam, I have so much fun. So I
I
don't
think
know.
that I think that's great. I think it honors the spirit of what the intent of the MVP program is about, is building community, building a network, sharing knowledge to better the Microsoft ecosystem. Most of us are not doing this for personal benefit. We want to help each other. We want to help the
Yes,
products that we use and push Microsoft to better our company. So I think that's great where you have that connection with folks in the MVP program in other countries, whether they're colleagues or not, and you're open to helping each other, which is fantastic. Um, so you're already kind of a minority in the MVP space
yeah.
as a finance expert and as a
Hmm.
female.
All the
Do you feel
minorities,
do you feel pressure because
women.
of that maybe some others don't?
Yes, I don't want to say I'm very perfectionist. I learned to be perfectionist, and I learned that I have to speak. I when I started being a speaker, I started because I wanted to empower the rest of the women, not because I wanted to do it. I always try that um, my goal to achieve, or the only thing I think is that I want that the rest of the people, the women in Latin America, or the women in Spain, or the women, no matter where they are, think that if I can do it, they also can. So yes, I feel I feel that pressure, of
Yeah.
course, but I receive a lot of messages, and the response is always very nice. Not from everybody. It's the truth. Sometimes sometimes we have our our people that are not very happy with that, but I think that the benefit is bigger.
Mhm.
Yes, I try to do it so I can be. I don't know if the role model is the
Role model, yeah,
best word.
that's the right term.
It's more pressure, but
Yeah.
yes, I try at least to have someone to say I can help you, and Natalia is doing it. I want to do it too.
Yep, absolutely. So we have a few questions from folks around finance topics, but maybe before we get to that, I'll do kind of one more in the MVP
Okay.
area. So one thing I've personally noticed about you, and you mentioned, feeling the need to speak up. We have, and I'm not going to give away any sort of secret NDA stuff here, but as MVPs, we have certain forums that we can discuss
Hmm.
things amongst each other with Microsoft. I think some people take advantage of those. What I really like when I see you, you're very detailed. I think you use the forums and the feedback on issues on the product really well, which can be difficult. Do you feel an obligation now that you're an MVP that's part, like, is that part of your job, or is that
Yeah.
just
No,
something that's inherent in you?
I that's the thing. I think that's the most what I enjoy the most of being an MVP is sharing with the product group and sharing with the engineers all what I test. I love doing that. I think that I don't know if there is a new feature, is there is a problem in the system or something that I find while I'm implementing. I love saying to the product group what I have seen or how it can be improved, and I have been doing that since much long time ago, before being MVP, before even sometimes I used a fake email saying I'm Michael, and
Oh
this is
boy.
what I have, this is what I found. Yes, and that's something that I really try to say to everybody. If do you find something that is not working properly, or that you have a suggestion or something that in your experience can be improved, there is a lot of people in Microsoft that really are really listening and taking it. I don't like to say everybody is super open because sometimes not everybody is. But in my experience, I received a very good answer from Microsoft, from another MVPs while I was not an MVP. So yes, I like to to say to everybody that try to join all the groups and share your experiences.
Yep, absolutely. I think that's a great outlook on it. All right, so what is your new favorite finance feature? You mentioned you like to get into them as soon as they're released. Do you have one in
Yes.
particular you've enjoyed? And I guess one that's publicly available, maybe, or at least in preview, not an NDA one.
Yes. I'm very nerd. I'm very nerd. And I love breaking things. Yes, I think that all the part of AI got me like, wow, what's this? I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, I think that the first intelligent feature was, I can't remember the name, Financial Insights.
Mhm.
And while I was testing, I started learning about language, model language. I don't know
Large
how it's.
language models.
I say, what's this? I'm just a financial debit and credit. No,
Yep.
don't do this to me now. And I really loved it. So yes, I think that my favorite features are definitely the intelligent part of
Okay.
our world. I love the Copilot for finance for Outlook for collections. I
Hmm.
I I love it.
Do you have a finance feature you do not enjoy? One that's been maybe a thorn in your side?
A lot, a lot
A
too.
lot.
Well, I don't know. I think that I like in general the system, the look and feel, how it can be super easily um, explained to the users, all the information in the grids. But yes, there are some parts that are coming from AX 2009 and maybe can be improved. Yes.
Okay. All right, we have a question from Bo, who I think we both
Okay.
know. I don't
Yes.
know if he's trying to mess with you or not, but he
Probably.
said ask Natty to explain market cost and affecting a sales cost on the sales order. And do you have an opinion on that?
Market cost?
This is more around commodities, and I don't know if you deal with a lot of companies that are in
No, not
commodities,
really.
but
No,
that's
not
probably
really.
we'll ignore Bo. Well, let's bypass Bo. He can hear that we addressed his question and decided not to answer it. Nathan wanted to know: do you have any valid examples where you would ever use a negative amount on a GL journal line, or is that considered not best
I
practice?
don't like it. I don't like it. I know it's done it's available in the system. People can do it. Accountants can do it. Nothing will happen. Nothing wrong will happen if you do it. But I don't like it. For me, debit and credit are two different things, and let's keep it like that. Yes,
I think
not
that's a good take.
yes. Sometimes accountants do it, but I don't like it.
Okay,
No.
fair enough. Fair enough. I think sometimes non-finance consultants overlook some of that side. Like when I was in business school, we had to take some finance classes. You had to learn about at least basic
Yes.
debits and credits and things like that. But I think a lot of us, once we get into supply chain, we're just like, yeah, finance is finance; it'll take care of itself. So I always like to ask those questions to someone like yourself. I think you mentioned you have some experience in the projects module. Is that correct? Project management and
Yes.
accounting.
Yes.
What type of clients mostly that you work with are using that, and what are they using it for?
Uh,
Is it a specific
Manufacturing?
industry, manufacturing mostly?
No, yes, not specifically because when you're financial and you implement project module, you most of the time implement it for investment projects, for cost projects. It's my not my first, but one of my first in manufacturing industry, but I have implemented it in education, in uh, I don't know, a lot of industries. I can't remember now.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, for me, I know I'm mostly dealing with manufacturers. The projects I've been on that we've dealt with it, I and I don't know if this is because it's the dominant company or industries that use it, but the ones that have been more of a pattern in my career, we see construction companies a lot where they actually have long projects. They need a plan. There's lots of
yes,
resources and
construction
things.
is.
And then
Mhm,
some engineering companies, right, where they might have a budget to create a new part, a new model, something like
mhm.
that. They're trying to track a lot of the costs where they don't have part numbers and production fully aligned yet. But I was curious to hear your experience being more of a finance expert, if outside of manufacturing
Yes,
where you're seeing it.
yes. Most of the time is for investments and for very financial, like for education is one of the most common. And the other one I can't remember. They produce things for beauty products,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
they have to be super careful with everything, and every project is a new product, so it's all the life of the investment and the investigation and everything. They have um, to be grouped in a project, and then I don't know, construction is one of them.
Hmm.
I can't remember how it's called when they create not construction, but when they buy buildings. I can't remember the word.
More like fixed
Uh,
assets and things like that, or
yes, well, something like that. When they
okay.
build buildings and sell or rent buildings for
Gotcha.
renting.
Renting. Yep.
I can't
Okay.
remember the name in Spanish, so it's not gonna happen in English.
All good. Um, Financial dimensions is always a fun topic when you're
Yes,
implementing and working with clients,
I
especially if they're
know.
not coming from maybe a legacy version of Dynamics and it's brand new to them. What's the
Mhm.
most number of financial dimensions a customer has ever asked you to
No, only 12, 13, no more than that. Yes, I'm very when I start implementing, when I go to the meetings, I say there is a huge number. You can decide and choose all the numbers of the financial dimension that you want. Be careful because people is not going to select them unless after five financial dimensions they are going to start putting everything, and they are not going to choose the correct dimension, and we have to take care of the system too. We need to take care of um, the the database.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's important, right? It's going to control the way it posts to your chart of accounts, and I think people
yes,
overlook sometimes the amount of rules you need to have in place to get that correct.
yes, and something that I really love the analysis of the I don't like the accounting by itself. I love analyze the information coming from the accounting and the financial dimensions, the financial tax. I love all of this of that work, but
Hmm.
you have to always keep in mind that people um, have to work and
Yep.
have to be proactive in their work. So
Have you seen financial tags used much since that feature was released? I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, maybe this is a something we can use in lieu of having a lot of financial dimensions," but I don't think it's necessarily quite
well,
one to one.
Mm, yes, my recommendation is to start using it for small processes, for all the financial dimensions that you think you can create as personalized. try to use it as a financial tag and see what happens. It's going to be improved. It's going to be better with the time, but try to use it. Start using it because it's going to be better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, we, and at least in the US, we call this conference season in the fall. There's lots of very large dynamics and power platform conferences. I believe now we have some others in Europe as well. Do you have a favorite conference that you've attended in your few years here as an MVP?
Yes, of course. There are a lot of I there are a lot of conferences I like and I enjoy, but I think my favorite and one that it's going to have a special place in my heart is Dynamics Minds. It was my first international conference. I think it was my second or third conference as a speaker.
Hmm.
Um, I was very nervous, very nervous too, and everybody was so kind and very supportive. Everybody was. I made a lot of friends there, and I think that I know the people in the organization team. They are very supportive with diversity and with women. So yes, with the time it became huge. I really um, I want to invite everybody to join Dynamics Mind because it's a unique experience. You have to go through. You
It's
have,
number one on my list of the ones I haven't gone
yes.
to yet. I've been having trouble scheduling wise, it being in Slovenia, getting there. But everyone that I've spoken to that's been to it in the few years since it's started has said it's their favorite, bar none.
It's it's amazing. Yes, it's 3 days that you don't sleep because you have sessions, amazing sessions all day from I think they start at 9 and finish at 6.
Mhm.
But very high level sessions, all kind of sessions with everybody, MVPs, people in Microsoft, or people that have been sharing the community for a very long time. And then we have the afternoon that is too networking, but I'm not going to say more than that.
We can keep that.
I will keep the
What
secret
happens
just
at
in case.
Dynamics Mind stays at Dynamics Minds.
You will
No,
have
it's
fun, but I don't want to
yes.
say more than that.
Right. It seems from all angles a great event. I know Docentric is a big sponsor and host of that. Organizing that, that's a partner and a product that we use a lot on all of our projects as well as I
Yes.
think most partners. So you see the community there, you see partners, you see Microsoft, you see clients really engaging, and
Hmm.
it seems like it's a great event. So hopefully I can get to the next one or sometime
Yes.
soon.
The call
What
for a
about
speaker is open.
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
just
Call for
leaving.
speakers is open now.
I'm just
A lot
leaving
of
there.
yeah, it's a good reminder. I think for a lot of folks, Dynamics Minds call for speakers is open. I think Dynamics Con in the US 2026, which is in May, they have call for submissions open until the end of December as well. So lots of opportunities to speak for those who are interested for sure. What about people you follow, whether that's an MVP, somebody else in the community? Do you have a favorite follow, whether it's finance related or not?
I love the content of Ramit. He's always I
Yeah,
don't know
that's great.
how he does
Finds the
uh,
time to talk
how
to
he
every
finds the
single
time.
person ever.
There is a new version, and at the next day you have all the features, all the videos of all the features. I think he doesn't sleep. I don't know. I will ask him.
The thing I really like about the way he shares his content is it's super organized. The way he has his playlists built
Mm,
into interviews versus new features, things like that. I think he does a great job sharing his experience, sharing his notes on testing those features. He does it really, really well. I think that's a great note.
yes.
Anybody who doesn't follow Ramit Paul, definitely look into him.
Uh, you have to. You cannot not follow him.
Yeah. We're about halfway through our schedule time. I would say most of these have been about 34 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. So we're pretty much nearing the end. But is there something maybe in the dynamics product or space that you think is lacking that you're hoping to help either contribute to or just asking, hey, what are our options? Whether that's a finance gap or issues with AI, the way we run our ERP projects. I don't know. Is there something that you think that the Microsoft product or community could benefit from that's not there yet?
I think that um, for business processes or from the business point of view, I think that mm, people implementing the system uh, could be more, I don't know, more communicative. I don't know how to
Yep.
say it.
Yep.
Yes, with the product, because in finance there is a problem because, for example, you can implement the system in every part of the world. The warehouse, the production won't change. It changes with the industry. And
Hmm.
the same with the rest of the business applications. But for financial, our theoretical base changes all the time. The taxes, accounting, the financial process, the laws, everything is. I had to start from zero when I moved to Madrid. So um, I think if all the financial consultants, all the people implementing the system, all the clients along the world can uh, um, test the things and communicate what they need, it's going to be much better for all. Because I can't know how dynamics can this dynamic can work in Australia.
Right. I think
Like,
that's
or
all.
something like that.
I think that part can be easily overlooked by folks who aren't from finances. You get a lot of
Mm.
consultants who just say, well, it's just going to post the accounts and finance is finance and I don't need anybody special. But country to country, finance is very different. And you
It's
mentioned
very
taxes.
different.
When I was living in the UK, that was different. The way we have to report to the government is different than when
Yes.
US. You have different taxes and different authorities and different systems you have to integrate with for the government. Is there a particular country you've implemented in that was the most challenging for finance?
Which country? It depends on I think most of the time depends on the taxes. For example, when I was in Argentina, I implemented like 400 of tax codes. It was a mess. And I came to Spain. I didn't know anything, but I only had four tax. So, so well,
Big
it's
difference.
better. It's better. But well, in Latin America, it's very difficult. USA, India is very difficult because of the taxes. Yes, that's
Yep.
the huge difference.
Yep. Yeah, we
Um,
have out of the box tax functionality, but I would say anytime
exactly.
we end up going to the ISVs typically for tax.
Yes, the system changed a lot in all the countries in West Finance or something that is not only for Dynamics invoice capture. If you implement invoice capture in Argentina, in Chile, in Spain, in USA, it's very difficult. It's very different in Italia. It's my
Yeah,
country next to me,
Brazil, try to
and
implement it. Brazil is no walk in the park.
it's very difficult. Yes, and it changes a lot. And if do you need some specification or something very specific for your country, please ask for it because that's the only way to improve our system.
Yep, totally agree. Any final advice you have for an accountant maybe who's getting into D365 for the first time, either on the consulting side or even the end user side? They're new to
Mhm.
Dynamics. What advice do you have?
Don't drive crazy. It's a huge system, but with the time it gets better. The logic of the system is the same with all the modules, so it's just a matter of time. to get used to it. And if you are working as accountant or administrative or in any financial area, just to start from the beginning, easy. Don't try to solve all the problems because I'm still learning. I'm still discovering checks in the modules. There are still new parameters that are coming from AX 2012. And I saw yesterday, maybe that's something normal. Don't get frustrated. Um, yes.
I think that's great advice. Whether you're an accountant or not, right? Warehouse
Or
production,
not.
new to the system.
Mm,
There's people out here to help you, like Natalia, like other MVPs, Microsoft. So leverage that community, leverage the resources that are out there, and you'll be fine. I think Microsoft Space does that as well as any other IT products out there. So we're in a good spot, I think, here.
yes, and the best is the community, I think. We're very lucky. We have a huge community, so ask for help. Be
Absolutely.
annoying. Be annoying. Ask for help.
Yep. Yeah. You're not going to learn if you don't know it and you don't ask for help. You're not going to get it. So
Exactly.
definitely ask
Mhm.
for sure. Great advice. Well, thank you so much, Natalia. I know
Thanks,
it's
Drew.
late there. We really appreciate your time and your insights. And for those who are listening, make sure you follow Natty on LinkedIn, on her blog. What is your blog? You want to share it with the
Nati Salas.
Nati Salas? Nice
It's
and
very
easy. And
easy.
there you
Very
go. Your
easy.
name. All right.
You
Well,
only
look,
have
Natty
to know my
Salas.
name.
There you go. Well, everyone follow Natty, and we'll be looking forward to a lot more contributions in the future.
Yes, thank you, Drew. Thanks for the invitation. I really had a very fun time.
Of course, me as well. Have a great night, Natty.
You too.